Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel that knows nothing. I am Jim and let's get to it. So today we are doing the Pride book tag, which I'm super keen to jump into. It's all these books that are pretty much only within the LGBT community, so I'm very keen to share them with you because there really should be more LGBT plus books out there. There are still a lot, but there should be more. So let's just dive on in to the book tag with the first question, which is red, which is life, and that is a book with a protagonist that gives you life, that is just high-spirited and cool. So I decided to go with Phoenix from If I Tell You. This is a very sad book, I will say. Spoiler alert, Phoenix does die at the end of this book and it's really sad. It is a book that I am not yet over mourning the main character. She is just a cool character, totally okay with in her own skin. She does get bullied by the town because the town is very close-minded and small-minded and they don't really like gay people. Just oof, there's too many books out there like that. But it is a very nice book, and her and Alex have a very cute relationship as well. It is just very sad that it ends in tragedy. I do call this the Fault in Our Stars of gay books though, because it's just so sad. But I do love Phoenix, she's awesome. So number 2 in this tag is Orange, and that is Healing, and that is a book that you as a reader really connected with and found a deeper meaning to, and I'm just basically showing you the book, but it was only mostly devastated. I really did not expect much from this book, like not in a mean way. I just didn't expect to connect so deeply with the main character and what he was going through. Not so much in the coming out aspect of things, but just in being a teenager and growing up and having to deal with like death in the family. Like I just connected with that like a lot because I happened to go through a very similar thing in high school, and it's just a really fun and sad story, but it's about growing up and life, and I really liked it because of those reasons, and so I connected really deeply with this book. Also, this author is just freaking amazing. Also, if you haven't read her other book, you totally should. Perfect on paper. Number 3 in this tag is Yellow, and that is Sunshine, and that is a book that brightens your darkest day, and I decided to go with The Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy. I recently read it and totally loved every single bit of it. I love Felicity. She's just a fun character to read. She's so like uptight in a way, but then also really carefree as well. Like she's just a fun character to read, and I bet she's a fun character to write as well. And I really enjoyed kind of, it almost felt like a love triangle with Felicity and Sim and Joanna, and really it's just Felicity and Sim, but damn, it felt like it was a love triangle between 3 girls, which never happens, and people should write more of, because that is a love triangle that I can get behind. And why I liked it and why it brightens up my day is because the ending was very open-ended, and I feel like kind of anything could have happened to them at the end. Don't really know where their story is going, but the 3rd one is coming out towards the end this year, and I'm very excited for it. It's this. It looks amazing. It is about the 3rd Montague sibling, so that will be interesting to read. Number 4 in this tag is Green, and that is Nature, and that is a book that is not set in the real world, so a book that is not contemporary. The book I have chosen is like a little bit contemporary because it seems like it's the normal world, but it's also not at the same time. It is Not Your Sidekick by C.V. Lee. This is an amazing book. If you have not read it, you should read it. It's good. It is about superheroes, and it is just really fun. We follow the main character, Jess, as she tries to find out what her superpower is. Her parents are 2 really famous superheroes, and she does not have a superpower yet, and she is freaking out. It's a really cute story. It's kind of predictable in some ways, but then it is for a kind of younger audience, so I'm not going to attack it, but it is very precious to me. I love this book so much, and I should read the sequel, but I'm reading something else now and I feel bad. But anyway, you should really read it. It's really fun. It's just fun. I can't give you more than that. It's just fun. You should read it. Also, I think the main character is bisexual, which is really cool because you don't read many books with a bisexual main character or a character who isn't just gay, so I really like it for that reason too. And yeah, the author is also bisexual, so you know it, you know this is good. She got her facts together. Number 5 in this tag is blue, and that is peace, and that is a difficult truth that a character had to deal with in a book. And I decided to go with Lies My Girlfriend Told Me by Julie Ann Peters, and that is when Alana has to deal with the fact that Alex has been lying to her for a very long time. The plot of this book is that there is one girl called Swanee, and she ends up dying at the beginning, but she was dating 2 girls at the same time. Alex thought she was the only one that Swanee was seeing, but she was seeing Alana on the side as well. And what happens is Alex goes to Swanee's room and finds her phone, and there is a bunch of messages from Alana on there. So that's kind of awkward. And then Alana finds out that Alex was the one that was texting her with this phone. It was a big deal. So the fact that Alana could forgive Alex for doing that is very, 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 very cool. And yeah, I don't know, it's like, I don't know if I could forgive someone for doing that, but apparently that's okay. I don't know if I could forgive someone for doing that. It's kind of weird of Alex to do that, but I guess she was like interested and wanted to know what Swanee was doing behind her back, and Swanee wasn't that good of a character, but Swanee was a bit of an asshole. Number 6 in this tag is purple, and that means spirit, and that is a book that deals with LGBT+ themes and religion. And I decided to go with Georgia Peaches and Other Forbidden Fruit. This book I wanted to like, but then there was also a lot of problematic things about it. It deals with Jo, and she has been out for years, but then her dad decides to move to Georgia with his new wife, and they ask Jo not to be gay in Georgia, which I think is a very mean thing to ask your daughter, who's been out for years now, to act straight. Anyway, she ends up meeting the love of her life. She ends up meeting Mary, who is a closeted gay in Georgia, and they have to act straight together. But Mary works out that Jo is gay, and Mary comes out to Jo, but then has to deal with Jo acting straight in front of Mary's friends, and Mary comes out to the friends, and Jo doesn't want to come out because her dad asked her not to, and it's a whole big deal, and it's kind of cringe because it all has to do with the dad asking her not to be gay. And I just feel like if your parents really love you and you move to somewhere where being yourself is not okay, I don't think they would do that to you. I just think that is just horribly mean. He shouldn't have asked her to do that, because it just made so many other problems in the book. Also, Mary, bless your soul. You poor thing. Anyway guys, that's all I've got for you today. Please like, subscribe, because that is always nice, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.